How I've gone about writing my 8 books. Like most people wanting to write their first book, I found the process of getting started very overwhelming. Herein lies the first tip. Just start. Anywhere. Even if it's just writing down the idea, a title, what you want to achieve. This will get the ball rolling for you. Most people want to write a book, but many never actually start. I had a friend who was talking about writing a book for 20 years after returning from Rotary Exchange in 1993. And as far as I'm aware, it's still not published. He did write most of it and was a very good writer, but like most people, I think his fear of it being rejected or him feeling like it's not perfect held him back from putting it out into the world. Trust me, your first attempt at anything won't be perfect. My first book had so many spelling mistakes, poorly constructed sentences and bad grammar, but if you don't start, you won't get better. When I sit down to write a new book, the first thing I do is come up with a title. This may change, but to me the title is like a company's values for the book. It keeps me on track and reminds me of what I want to achieve by writing it. Next I come up with all the chapters. I don't write anything other than the names of the chapters. That's it. Once I've got all the chapters, I then write down all of the smaller stories or sub-chapters that when combined make up each chapter. Now I have a title, the chapters, and what I want to write about in each chapter. This is when I start writing. Now I start with the sub-chapters / stories that are bursting to get out and start writing them first. This gives me momentum. Momentum is one of the biggest obstacles to writing. If you don't have momentum, you end up sitting staring at the screen of your laptop. The biggest obstacle many new writers face is when they look at the mammoth task before them in completing an entire book, quite often they give up before they even start. Just like any big challenge in life, the key is to break it into small, manageable chunks. That's why I write down all the small sub-chapters. Then all I have to do is commit to writing one small sub-chapter per day, and before you know it, the book's done. Honestly, writing a book is that simple. Don't overcomplicate it. As Johnny Mercer, the man who wrote Moon River for Frank Sinatra, said, write for the wastepaper basket. In other words, just write. Some of it might be rubbish, but some might be literary gold.